Welcome to the Ponderous Brick Thinker. This is another installment in Learning from the Pros. In this episode, we're going to continue with LEGO set 75352, Emperor's Throne Room. This comes from the Diorama collection. Star Wars specifically. I'm just looking at that right there. We're going to continue with bag 2. In the previous installment, this was bag 1, the base, and Luke. So we're going to take you off. And back 2. So in the previous installment, I did not have my dish. Now I'm glad I do, but I'm just going to take off the larger pieces because they usually tend to hide the smaller ones. So this is very interesting. These, I wonder if those are it. We're going to get to that part right away, apparently. But first, we're going to assemble Darth Vader. Helmet, torso, head, lightsaber blade, hands. Okay. Oh, okay, so we get 2 capes. I guess they're expecting a lot of play with this one, but it's a diorama. It's supposed to be safe on a shelf. Oh, and then we need the mouthpiece, or more like the neck. Let's see. There you are. It's the bottom part. Okay. Helmet. Okay. And then let's see if we can find the lightsaber hilt. I might have to come back to that one. There's a lot of pieces that will be covering it, so he's just going to hold it for now until we find the right piece. Okay. And now continuing with the construction. Let's see. We're going to get a 2x8 and 2 1x2s plates and put them in like this. Then we're going to get a 2x4 classic shape. Have that somewhere in the middle. And then inverted 2x2s slopes. And it's going to go right there. And in the previous installment, it was a 2x6. And it's just going to go right on there. Oh, we're going to use the large ones right away. Okay, first we're going to get these here. And they look like that is aligned, so that this row of studs and this row of studs are like that. And then we have one row over here that's going to be for the 1x2 slope there. Careful there. And then the same on the other side. There. So it is along the edge here, but it's aligned with this row of studs. Press it in, and then a 1x2 slope should go right there. And these, I keep when I press it in, it pops out, but I think it's okay. And then over here, we're just going to get two 1x2 slopes. Oh, found the lightsaber hilt. Get the blade. Okay. I think if the helmet might be a little too top heavy, but once we have a base, watch out. Let's see, maybe a little bit that way. There we go. Okay. So two 1x2s, and they're going to go on top of there. So here. And they are aligned, at least with this 1x2 plate. Okay. Then we're going to do something here with these, I'm not sure. Paddles, maybe? We need two of them. And then 1x2s, two of them. And on top of that, it's going to be a 1x3 on each side plate, so that it combines the 1x2 and the paddle like that. And then we're going to get two round single stud bricks. Put them there next to what we just built. Okay. Oh, now we're going to go into something interesting. Let's see here. We're going to get that Technic piece. I'm not sure. It's very close to being straight, but it's just like ever so slightly off. It might be 170 or 175 degree angle. Does not really indicate, but there's, I'm assuming there's not another one, so it's not, you have to be precise in measurement, but it's rather almost a straight line, but it's ever so slightly off. Then we're going to get these Technic connectors, the red kind, that are inserted into the crosshairs. and then the other one. So they're combined in step 2 and 3. We're going to get 2 of these Technic rods. They have a cap. So where's the other one? This will prevent it from sliding out. But we're going to go in like this. And then we're going to use these gray caps, I am assuming. If that's what they're called. And then go in like that. Okay, so now it's kind of cut up. Let me see, there's not another one. Let me rescue the one that fell. Here. Oops. And so we have this assembled. But now we need to add these 4 bricks. They're single stud bricks, but they have this crosshair cutout. So with this addition, the rod is flush with the brick. And that's with them all coming in. Like that. They're going to be inserted right here. They're going to be between the 2 round bricks that are single stud. Now you can see multiple things that are getting ready for that grand window. A single 2x2 brick right there in the middle. And then we're going to get 3 1x4s, but these plates have only 2 studs on the edge. And then 2 grills, 1x2 grills. Okay. So with that, the 1x4 goes in the front. And then these 1x4s kind of bridge the gap between. So from this edge, now it's all covered. And then that's covered. And the grills go right here. Right now it's not looking like that, but it's very promising with this. And then from the first time for the first bag, that is just the beginnings. Oh, now we're gonna actually start something. Let's see what this is. 1x6 and a 1x4 brick. A 1x2 slope. Then we're going to get a 1x2 with a hole. And it seems to be a regular 1 stud brick with this Technic black connector. It does not have a crosshair on both sides, so it just goes in like that. Then 2 1x3 bricks on top of that. What are you? A 2x1 slope that's 3 high. And there's not another one, so it's just this. So we have this going on. Nothing obvious yet. Then a 1x4 brick. Here. Looks like a regular 1 stud brick here. And next to it is a 1x2 with 2 Technic holes. Right next to that. And then another 1x2 brick with 1 Technic hole. And then a black Technic connector that it does not have a crosshair. It just inserts. Oh, we're going to do something here with Technic, even though we're having Technic here and there. So we're going to get a number 11 lift arm. That's the one. I really don't see another one other than the same size. So it's nice that they have that size comparison, but you don't need to worry too much about that one. Oops. Let's see. Maybe there's another way of putting it on. Okay, like that. Looks like this last one is on the top. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to use 6 of these. They're Technic, all right. It's just they have a stud on one end and insert on the other. So it's here, 2 together. Skip 1, and then it's another 2 that are together. Skip 1, but that one it's already occupied, and then it's 2 more that are next to each other. And at the end, you should have 2 free ones there. Now, I think that's a one. Well, I don't really see another one of that size, so it is probably this one. It's gonna go in. I'm not sure. Let's see. We have this as a clue. It's a 1x2 plate. And we see one of these red studs, so we have that going on. And this is right here. That doesn't make too much sense. Is there another size? Because it seems just like a slight little overhang. So we have that. Oh, there we go. It's another length of smooth plate that is needed. That is more or less what the picture shows, just a little overhang. And this one is 1x6. Okay, here we go to that one. It's a modified plate. It has a horizontal, a horizontal stud. It's a dark gray with a single stud round plate with no stud, smooth. goes in like that. And that is on top of the last red piece. And then we're going to get a grill. Connecting both of them. Okay, so now it's showing to place it on the base. Turn those around. So I'm seeing this is going to align with the 1x2 slope. This one right here. And I see that crosshair that's in tan. It might go into one of these, but that's another future move. But right now it's just putting things in place. That looks nice. That looks like a nice detail. A little foundation for that column. Okay. So again, that line is with that 1x2 slope. Now we're going to do the other side. 1x6. Nope. Here we go. 1x2 slope. A 1x4 brick with 1x2 brick with a hole, and then it seems to be a regular one-stud brick, all gray. Classic Emperor. And but actually he's black. It's traditional Empire color. And then the black Technical connector, that it does not have crosshairs. It just has insert coming in this way. And then two 1x3 bricks that are stacked. And then the 1x2 slope that is 3 bricks high. Okay, so we are there. And then a 1x4 brick on top of that. And then a regular one stud brick on the very edge with 1x2 dark gray with 2 Technic holes. And then a gray 1x2 with 1 Technic hole. And this one gets a Technic connector. There. Then we have the Technic beam. Again. Maybe not to press all the way in on the first one. Go over, there we go. Yeah. They both need to go in more or less the same time. So starting from here, from the top, skip 1, and then it's 2 Technic connectors with a stud. And these kind were used for the AT-ST legs, just to give it a little bit more detail. These are actually very nice way of putting detail. Maybe something I can use in another project. It's a good reminder. Okay, so we have 2, skip 1, 2, skip 1, this one's occupied, and then these 2 get red. Connector. Okay. We're gonna get a 1x2 plate. And then this one needs to be a 1x6. It's gonna be shorter than these, so that when it is placed, there's little overhang. Then over here is the modified plate with a horizontal stud. It is dark gray. Here we go. With a gray single stud round plate that is smooth. And it goes on top of the last red. Then a grill, gray. There they are. It connects the dark gray and the regular gray. And this goes on that side. And also, this corner is going to align with the 1x2 slope. Another way to check is right here. There's two studs that are between what we just attached to what was existing on both sides, so we're symmetrical. Oh, now we're going to insert. I thought we were going to insert through the inside, but if you remember the tan with the crosshair, if you remember the tan with the crosshairs and the Technic beam, this is what connects it together, make it actually kind of really strong. And then the tan crosshairs is what's giving the friction so that this stays in place. There we go. So, even though these are brand new bricks, by having the Technic beam, have that inserted through it, this is actually a really strong part of the design that the other bricks can hold on to and keep it all together. And we're gonna add detail over here. I think these are panels, 1x2, 1-high panels. I see gray right now, and that might be it. They're the same shade as the rest. Yeah. And they're just gonna go that one 2x8 and just put it in there. And I really don't see it there, but it's gonna be important somehow, because why would they put these here? Oh, then continuing with the log 2x1 log pieces, and interesting they go, well, I guess it could be make it simpler. And why not go from the beginning and 1x3 it instead of adding to here? And then over here, we're going to do something with a 2x3 plate. We're going to get two 1x2 black plates. And put them in. Let me prepare the other one. 2x3 black plate with 1x2 black, and then another one create this kind of situation, and it's going to bridge between where we have the arch and those two high log pieces. Just going to go in like that. Yes. And then over here. Assemble this one. It is a 2x2 plate with a 1x2 black plate. That just places it on half. And that one is a dark gray plate. I don't see another size similar to that except for the 2x2, but this is not a 2x3, it's a 2x4. So just put them in like this. And then prepare the other one. 2x2 black, 1x2 black plate with a dark gray 2x4. And with that, what we just put in, we're going to put on top of. But basically, it looks like we're going to use the last row of where to insert a stud and put it on top of that 1x2 log. And that, it's kind of hard to describe, but it bridges. Most likely for the platform. Maybe over here's the, no, the stairs are right here, I think. Because these are those computer things. And this might be the top platform. Interesting that this is smooth and not something that can be built on top of. Okay, and so this other side too. Now in step 75, it's dark gray, smooth plates, but they are all the same size, so that's good. They're going to go over the arch, and it looks like they're going to overhang by 1. They need to go in the center and overhang by 1. Okay, we're going to do something with round bricks and studs here. Now what I need to be sure of, they both look like black pieces. I just didn't want to make sure that they were not alternating, but I think from what I can see in the tray, it's all black. Because I don't see a dark gray single stud plate. So we have that, single stud black, single stud round brick, and then another one. Do that 2 times. Single stud plate, single stud round brick, and another round brick. So in the previous bag, we're going to this one here and put it on the inside. Oops. There. Now it's curious that we have to be precise where the plate is, even though there's no possibility of seeing this from the outside, unless we will, but we will see. But right now, it's important. Okay. Oh, so over here, we're going to get a single stud black plate, and then 2 single stud round bricks. But we're going to do that 4 times. Okay, single stud black plate, single stud round brick, and another round brick. Here are the 2 round bricks, and a single stud black round plate. Round plate, single stud round brick, single stone round brick. There. Now, it's kind of hard to say. This may not be the best angle. Okay, so from here I can say that this is going to go also on the dark gray 1x2s. This one's kind of covered, but I can assume maybe this one is also on that. So what we have in person is also on these. These pieces go onto here and here. They seem aligned. That's here and here. It's looking very architectural with the columns and arches. And then we're going to go to step 78. We're going to do some bridging. We're going to get a 1x3 black plate with 2 1x2s stacked. Do that 2 times. 1x3, 1x2, and another 1x2. They're going to go over the most recent columns we placed here. And the higher one is towards the window. They're starting to align. Now over here, we're going to get 7 of these. I think they're 1x8. Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here, 6 and 7 right there. So what we do is place this right there. So we'll do the center first. It will help with guiding the outer edges because it's right next to each other. There. Oops. And on the front, we have this little raised part. On the inner studs goes this plate. Oh, now we're going to get to the actual base of that. Okay, this bag too has a lot going on. Okay, so we're going to get this plate. It's a 6x8. It's the only one of that size. And we're just going to get a 1x2 smooth plate right there. It's also going to get this dark orange. This is probably for the throne. Just like that. And then a 2x2 smooth plate. Like that. Huh. Okay. Curious that it seems smooth there. Just curious how it's all going to come together. Okay, then we're going to get 2 of these 4x4 plates, but they have a line of studs. It's going to overhang. The one with the studs, or the side with the studs, is going to go beyond that plate. So, and then in step 83, we're going to get these wedges. They're the only size, so there's this here, and then on this side here. Then over here, it's still dark gray. That's interesting. It doesn't look dark gray there. Yeah, the steps are gray. We'll see what kind of pattern. It might not be showing because of the glossiness of the pieces, but we'll see what kind of pattern these grays make. But this one goes right here. And here. We're going to get 2 of the smaller wedges that are just going to be here. So now this is on the same level. And these studs are also on the same level. Okay, now we're going to get 2 over here. It's a completely smooth 1x4 plate. Underneath it gets a 2x2 black plate. Just in the center there. Turn it around. And it goes right here. And it continues. Okay, so we're going to get, these are the longer 2 by, what are you, 10? Yep, 10. 2 by 10s. Just kind of hanging underneath the 4x4 smooth plate. Then over here, 2 smooth 2x2 plates, dark gray. Okay, so then over here we're going to get a 2x6 with a 2x2 plate on one end. On top of that, 2x6, 2x2 plate. And they're going to be, I'm assuming, tucked in. There's going to be one stud that's clear, or space between this and the 4x4 smooth plate, like that, and the same on the other side. Almost looks like a ship. And then over here, 1x4 plate with a 1x2 plate, 2 times 1x4, 1x2 on the outer edge. There. So right here, we're gonna get, let's put this in first. These are 2x2 dark gray with a single stud. Right there. The one right there. Guess right next to that are, get this closer in view. These 4x4 smooth plates, they come in like that. And then this one, there. So the line with the studs goes beyond, completely smooth right next here. And then the one with the studs goes beyond. And you should see only one line of studs that are extending beyond, because from there go these 1x8s, smooth plates. Okay, so that's what it is. There is dark gray, but because of the gloss, it's hidden, and where the normal gray is, that's the steps. And it goes into the base without really too much instruction. Okay, I can see this touching this one, but this one, oh, maybe they're the three. I wonder if I miscounted. Let's go back. Maybe bookmark. Yeah, these are three. I think I just probably put two. I was kind of mystified as to what these were, but yes, these go get three, and they're three high. That makes more sense. Hopefully you caught it and you were building along. You did not have to go back and see what was the problem. So with this, yes, now I can see that this right here goes on those columns. Which is curious. These four studs is what's holding this in place. Everything else, this looks like smooth. We'll see. Well, maybe these right here can help grab. But why is it so removable? Let's see if this, yeah, it reaches. So why only this kind of special 1x4? It's not gonna grab as much, but maybe it's just meant just to just hold it in place. It's probably expecting gravity. I'm going like this because with my other fingers that are hidden from view, I'm moving the column so that it goes into the proper location there. And this one's already in place. And I'm going to press it in the back so that it can be secure. Now we go to bag 3. All right, so a little recap. On top of the base from bag 1, we have partial wall and a significant part of the throne room, which is the floor where the throne's at. A little bit's going to go on the bottom level, but this is a significant part of putting it together. On the back, we have a nice little detail on both sides. Not that it was necessary, but just had a little nice detail. But here we are. So this has been the Ponderous Brick Thinker. Thank you for stopping by. If you liked the episode, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see how this project progresses, go ahead and subscribe and sign up for notifications. And see you next time.